Foremost, I want to start off with Barakatah Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakach Wadash, giving double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and the leaders of Great Millstone, who labor in his word day in and day out in all truth and sincerity, who I learn from daily. I want to give a sincere shalom to all the sincere brethren who are pushing this truth throughout the four winds, helping seal the elect in these latter days so that we may be delivered from the coming destruction of Babylon the Great, aka America. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is the name of our Lord and Savior, the only begotten Son, who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashem is in the name of. So Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. These are the true names needed to call upon in these latter days in which the elect will be saved. Lord willing, I'm of that number, and those who believe in like manner. My name is Zakar Kasad Amath. Zakar meaning remember, Kasad meaning mercy, and Amath meaning truth. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. As always, I'd like to start off with the prayer. Psalms 19 and 14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Yahayawa, Laratazanwan, Amar Yapaya, Wahayagawan, Lapya, Lapanyaka, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Tazawarya, Waga'alya. All right, so in this lesson, I want to get into these bunkers that these elites are building, right? So I have this video here that I got from the brother Yahweh Conan from the GMS from the UK. His channel is Hebrew Israelite Yahweh Conan. So I'll link the original video in the description. Shalom to that brother. I'm gonna be using the video that he used in his video to do this lesson. So thanks for that. The water for that, right? So after I play the video, we're gonna get to some scriptures and break down what's going on. So without further ado.
Now, billionaires have many obsessions. Supercars, ice baths, exotic animals, you name it, and billionaires usually have it. But of late, they seem to have a new obsession: bunkers. The top 1% are building bunkers. Mark Zuckerberg is constructing one in Hawaii, and it's worth $270 million, $270 million. It's almost like a status symbol now. But why do the super rich need bunkers? Are they trying to survive a war? Maybe another pandemic?
A war? Well, yeah, let's see. Let's see. Of course, they know what's coming. The writing's on the walls. Don't know if you can read it, but World War III is right around the corner. Right? Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe, which it was World War II, is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, right? The third woe cometh quickly, World War III, right? So Isaiah 9 and 5, check this out. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise. So every battle of the past was bloody with, swords and shields and missing body parts, blood everywhere on a battlefield, or even just in modern times, with guns, machine guns, handguns, pistols, tanks, guerrilla warfare, you could say, right? And garments rolled in blood, right? But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, right? This is why these elites need these bunkers, because World War III is going to be a nuclear war with ICBM missiles being launched on America, Babylon the Great, destroying this land completely. The land of North America, all 5,000 square miles, all 10 FEMA zones are going to be completely engulfed in nuclear flames. These are why these elites are building bunkers. But not only that, the rest of the world is waking up to the elites and who they are, right? So they need a place of protection when when these people start to get riled up looking for answers, and they're not going to be, and the only answer they're going to want is they're going to want these elites' heads, right? But it's going to get to a point where they're not going to be able to touch these elites, and they're just going to end up being fuel for the fire here in America. Right, hold on a moment. Yep, let's go up real quick. Right, Amos 9:1. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door that the post may shake, right? We smite the lintel of the door where the post may shake and cut them in the head, right? So we're bringing this truth out. It's cutting them left and right. All of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. That sword being the ICBM missiles, right? He that fleeth of them, right? Flee in the nuclear fallout. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered, right? Why? Because they're going to go into captivity. Amos 9:2. Though they dig into hell, that's those bunkers, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, that's those international space stations, thence will I bring them down. So the Lord is going, when the Lord returns, he's the men of the elect men that the Lord Yahweh Shai has chosen for salvation out of the land of Babylon the Great, aka America, to be saved from the coming destruction of America. They're going to be changed. All 144,000 of them are going to be changed, and we're going to hunt down the remaining elites that are in these bunkers and space stations, right? Amos 9:3. Yeah, Amos 9:3. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence, see? And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, they even have what is it called? Submarines. They have submarine yachts, right? Though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And why? Psalms 149:7. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punish them and punish upon the people. Right? Psalms 49:8. To bind their kings with chains. Who are the kings? The kings are the ones that are able to build these bunkers, the ones who control the society that's got everybody that has everyone in an uproar, who are trying to literally control the world on some Pinky and the Brain shit, right? They want everybody chipped with the RFID micro, leading to Revelation 13, 16, and 17. Yeah, Revelation 13, 16, and 17, leading into that. He calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to get a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the number of the beast, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Roughly paraphrasing, right? This is the elite's ultimate goal, but it's not going to pan out for them. They're going to be the first fruits of slavery. And how will they survive this apocalyptic ending that they have plotted out through these billionaire bunkers. Let's continue.
or an apocalypse? Do they know something that we do not? Our next report tells you.
Blast-resistant doors, equipped with its own food and energy supplies. This is a 5,000 square foot shelter located underground in Hawaii. The price tag of the project is $270 million. If you want to survive an apocalypse, this is the place to be. Who does
And
this belong
continue,
to?
sorry.
Meta
Excuse me.
CEO Mark Zuckerberg. The billionaire is building a bunker.
Those is one of your kings to bind their kings with chains. Mark Zuckerberg is one of your kings. Let's
And
continue.
he isn't the only one. Former PayPal CEO Peter Thiel tried to build
There's
one in
one.
New Zealand. Bill Gates has plenty of underground security areas.
Oh, definitely. He's definitely one. Oh, he's definitely gonna survive. We're definitely gonna be putting them chains on him too. Oh, demon.
Apparently, one under each of his homes. Of
Oh.
course, these are the higher end ones, but you could get yourself a basic one for $500,000. It's almost like buying an expensive car. And for billionaires, it's a good way to use some loose change. But where are they building them? Apparently, all over the world. But a popular choice seems to be New Zealand. It's attributed to its secluded location, which brings us to the boom in the companies building these survival shelters. Some of them are just basic shelters. They are underground, they have all the essentials, you can survive there for a few weeks. But a handful of them go a step further, like this one project that includes an island fortress. This is not just a bunker. The entire island is like a fort, with an inflammable moat.
See, they're doing this to save them from the wrath of the Lamb. Oh, I don't think I added that. Let me grab that real quick. Yeah, here we go. Where should I start? Yeah. So Revelation 6, starting at 12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black, and sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. That's when the missiles are shot off. The ICBM missiles, the 200 million warheads, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs. So when those missiles are shot off, those 200 million warheads are going to look like figs falling from a tree. Or you could say fallen stars or falling stars, just millions of them, but they're going to cover the sky. So it's going to be so many covering the sky that it's going to black out the sun. Um, Even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. So when those missiles hit, when those 200 million warheads hit, it's going to make a giant mushroom cloud, and mushroom clouds look like a scroll rolled up, look like a scroll being rolled. That's what's being described here as a mushroom cloud, right? And the destruction is going to be so great because it's going to be the entirety of North America. All of it is going to be hit. There won't be a single spot left where there won't be any fire, where it will not be destroyed. And the destruction is going to be so great, it's going to shake the entire earth. The entire earth. Mountains are going to be moved, tsunamis are going to be created. It's going to be incredible destruction. Verse 15. And the kings of the earth, we just saw some, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, PayPal's former PayPal owner, current PayPal owner, Elon Musk, and their affiliates, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, Stanley Morgan, Johnson and Johnson, and the like. Those are your kings of the earth, right? Oh, your Klaus Schwabs, can't forget about him. You know, no, what's his name? Yuval Harari, I believe his name. Yeah, all these demons are planning to survive this destruction in order to come out of it and rule the earth, pick up the pieces and be the new rulers of the earth. But they got another thing coming. Let's continue. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. Those are those bunkers, man. And said to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. That Lamb is Yahweh Shai. When he comes back with his legions of angels, those chariots. We saw a giant, every eye shall see him in the clouds. That cloud is a giant chariot and his fleet of angels. For the verse 17, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Right? Salaki about that right there. Oops. There we go. This man's got a bunker to where anyone that sets foot on his property is going to end up burned, but he's going to survive in an underground bunker. No. The entirety of America is going to be destroyed, and then you're going into slavery. This is why you've built a bunker. Thus saith the Lord. Right, Isaiah 24:18. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. Right, that fear, that noise of the fear, those are those missiles. And he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. Right, so when you come up out of that, when the destruction is over, you're gonna think that you're gonna be able to come up out of there. For the windows for on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. Right, that's when those missiles hit. The earth is utterly, verse 19, the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. So not the entire earth isn't going to be it's going to be affected, but it's not going to be destroyed. Only America and Israel are going to be completely destroyed. Israel is going to be built back up, but America is going to be a complete desert wasteland, while the rest of the world is in complete turmoil due to the shock of these missiles and Yahweh Shai and the angels doing damage on these armies in the Middle East in World War III. Right, let's continue. Verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. See, that's when the foundations of the earth shall be moved, right? Moved exceedingly. or the earth is moved exceedingly, right? The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. So tsunamis, all the islands moved out of their places, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. That fall and not rise again is speaking to the Western civilization, basically, right? This beast system is going to be completely destroyed, right? Um, America, EU, and NATO, and their entire grip that they have on the world through their monetary system, their philosophies, uh, their political system, all of that is going to be completely done away with. So the Western civilization will be no more. As we read in Revelation 6, Isaiah 24 and 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Those are these kings, right? Hiding, because this is their doing. These demons created these missiles, created all this chaos, created all this death, didn't abide by the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High, because they can't, because they're the wicked Esau, Edom. So the Lord is going to punish them for it. Verse 22, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall be visited. That prison is them damn bunkers. See, they've built such lavish places. They're going to be sitting back, sipping Mai Tais, drinking Hennessy or whatever the hell it is they're doing, while the rest of the world is in an amazing ass chaos, in an amazing chaos. And then they're going to get a knock, 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 and then their door is going to get kicked down. And you're going to see the men of the Lord, the elect, Yahweh and the men of the elect come in and bind them in shackles and take them away to be the first fruits of slavery. Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And who are the saints? The Israelites. First and foremost being the elect, slated for salvation from Babylon the Great. So the 144,000 and the innumerable multitude. But let's continue.
Moat. Basically, if you try to step foot on the island, it will burn down. But you will be perfectly safe inside the underground bunker. Sounds perfect for a zombie apocalypse. But why are the super rich,
Or it says zombie apocalypse, or World War III nuclear fallout?
building bunkers? What are they so scared of? In the last 5
Nuclear
years, the
fallout.
world has survived a lot. A global pandemic, 2 wars, climate change. Some of these bunkers have registered nurses, a collection of drugs, decontamination booths, medical supplies. One even has a full-fledged operating table. Basically, you can survive anything in there. It's almost like modern-day Noah's Ark. If you are in the bunker, you are likely to survive almost all catastrophes. But it's not for everyone. It's only for the chosen few. And here, Noah is not making the choice.
Yep, the chosen few, are going to be the first fruits of slavery in the new kingdom, Yahweh Shai's kingdom, the kingdom of heaven. This is what they're saving themselves for, whether they know it or not. Whether they believe it or not, Yahweh Shai is going to pull up and take them right into slavery. Justice. Beautiful.
The world's super rich are making it for themselves. But beneath all these underground bunkers lies a dark truth. It's that death is truly the great equalizer. And the super rich, just like us, fear it too. They cannot buy their way out of it, even with these underground bunkers and fortresses. But that hasn't stopped them from trying.
Yep. Y'all are going to have to go through the exact same things y'all put well, not the exact same things. 2 times worse. In righteousness of what y'all put the children of Israel through. The so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. All the things that you put us through, you're going to have to go through them. Outside of the disgusting, abominable acts that you've committed against the children of Israel. The butt breaking and all that nasty ass shit. Nah, we're not dealing with that. But you will be hardcore slavery. Yep, hardcore slavery. Your women are ours, and the only thing y'all have to look forward to is hardcore chattel slavery. Being treated as a no people. As being treated as a workhorse. A beast of burden, if you will. Isaiah 51:21. Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith thy Lord, the Yahweh, and thy power that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling. Right. So the Lord is taking away our captivity, right? The cup that we had to drink of, which was that hardcore chattel slavery, being subject unto payments, and being perpetual slaves in the system to Esau. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. So the Lord's going to take back his fury that he had upon the children of Israel. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflicted thee. So yes, Esau, you're going to have to drink the cup. You're going into slavery, whether you like it or not. You're gonna have to break big rocks into little rocks. You're gonna have to build up the kingdom. You're gonna have to. You're just gonna be a beast of burden. You're no longer gonna be a person. You're going to be a product. You're going to be an item, right? A tool. Perfect. You're going to be a tool for working, right? You will no longer be a person or a human. No. Since you treated the children of Israel like we weren't humans, 2/3 of a human, right? What was it? We were 2/3 of a person. You're gonna be a complete nothing. You're gonna be a tool as useful as a hammer. You're gonna be a donkey. A donkey is gonna get treated better than you. We're going to use you, and then we're going to destroy you. Let me continue. Isaiah 51:23. But I will put it into thy hand of them that afflicted thee, which has said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. So yeah, you walked all over us as if we were the street or dirt or nothing. Thus you will be treated the same and worse. Repay double unto her. Let me get that. I didn't add that to the list. Salakia. Right, Revelation 18 and 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you. That's speaking specifically to America. And double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled, fill to her double. And that's the destruction, the complete destruction of America, the complete obliteration of North America. This entire place is going to be a complete desert, and no one is ever going to step foot in this land ever again. Right? Isaiah 40 and 2. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem. Yep, speak comfortably to the 12 tribes of Israel who has been enslaved, and is still enslaved to the white man Esau, the so-called white man Esau, because he's not white, he's red. Red means eat, or Edom means red. Esau became Edom. And cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, and that her iniquity is pardoned. Right? The Lord has took our captivity is complete. Our punishment is done. For she had received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. Right? So the iniquity of America, the things that they have done here, the things that Esau, Edom has done here in this land, will be paid back through nuclear fire, having it being completely and utterly destroyed. Justice. But not only that, Esau is going to be completely and utterly done away with. Obadiah 1 and 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. That's speaking of southern and northern kingdom. And the house of Esau for stubble. So what does fire do to stubble? It burns it up. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, right? Devour the house of Esau. And there shall none be any remaining of the house of Esau. None remaining. The complete and utter seed line of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is going to be completely wiped off the planet. For the Lord Yahweh have spoken it. And they of the south, southern kingdom, shall possess the mount of Esau. And they of the plain, the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. Basically saying that we're going to possess all those lands. Gilead, Philistine, and the Mount Seir, where Esau is from, all that's going to belong to the 12 tribes of Israel. And Esau will be no more. And this is what these elites are so afraid of. That's why they got to get the men of the Lord off the streets and the highways and the byways, That's why they got to shut the internet down for this truth coming out. This is why Justin Trudeau is trying to pass a bill that persecutes those who preach the Bible openly out in public to where they can be jailed, called Bill C-367. And then you have Ron DeSantis running to the gates of the nobles in Israel, making a bill called a public nuisance bill, trying to combat hate speech, which is what they classify us Hebrew Israelites that are out on the highways and the byways preaching the truth of the Holy Scriptures. They classify it as hate speech. But drill music isn't hate speech. But gangster rap isn't hate speech. Okay. This is why you gotta go. Another example as to why Esau the wicked has to be eliminated. Oh, excuse me. Salaki. You get this real quick. All right. I read that already. Yeah, read that one as well. Oh, right. And don't think that you heathens are going to be safe from this as well. Because when we come down, y'all are all going into slavery as well. And you're all going to have to clean up this mess that y'all made. By joining hands with Esau and listening to him and his philosophies and pushing his ways, you're going to have to drink of the cup as well, because Esau wasn't the only one that put us in slavery. We also went into slavery under the Moabites and the Ishmaelites and every other nation. There's 18 nations, and 17 of them throughout history we've been enslavement to. Granted, it was for our own disobedience of the Lord's statutes and commandments, so he put us into slavery as punishment. But you still touched us anyway. You still touched us, so you got to pay for it. Because the Lord is a balance. He's righteous. This is his movie. Is there any unrighteousness with the Lord? God forbid, roughly paraphrasing. Right? Obadiah 1:15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. Right? When Yahweh Shai returns and pulls up on everyone. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. Yep. Get in the field. Get to work. Obadiah 1:16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, Esau, and the rest of you nations, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Yep, you're going to have to fix all of this. You're going into slavery. We're going to own you. Just as you owned us. Just as when we were taken down, you celebrated, y'all celebrated. We're going to celebrate when our Lord returns to take you all down. Right? Psalms 2:8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. When the Lord returns, Yahushua returns, when he pulls up with those chariots, that giant fathership, and those legions of angels, then all the BS stops. And the kingdom of heaven can begin for the children of Israel who were oppressed. And our reward, our inheritance, is all you heathen nations. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah HaKodash. Right? Psalms 2:9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Yep, you're going to get beat. You're going to get beat. This isn't no play. We're not coming down. Hey, could you maybe fix the mistakes that you made? Could you maybe rake these till the ground? Could you bury these bodies, please, pretty please? No, none of that. You're gonna get hit right over the head. You're gonna get beat down and forced to fix this mess that you've created. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Yep. We're going to get spiritual power. And there's nothing that you're going to be able to do or say to come up against us, to come up against the kingdom of Yahushua, the kingdom of heaven. Right? And these elites don't think that this ending is for certain, but through the Spirit, through faith, we know that Yahushua is going to return and set up the kingdom of heaven. Thus saith the Lord. You can't stop prophecy. You can't ignore it away. You can't deny it away. This is the Lord's movie. The Lord controls everything. Job 20:23, when he is about to fill his belly, talking about you elites and this new world order agenda that y'all have with wanting everyone chipped and y'all having complete and utter control over every human being on the planet. The Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Just when you think that you got it complete, and everybody's chipped. That's when the Lord gonna pull up on you like, psych, you thought. Job 20:24, he shall flee from the iron weapon. Where? Into these bunkers. And the bow of steel shall strike him through. So America is going to be completely and utterly decimated with that bow of steel, which is those nuclear missiles, ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. And every nation that has intercontinental ballistic missiles are going to shoot them on America, including those NATO nations. The allies of America are going to turn against you and completely and utterly leave this place decimated. And the only people that's going to survive are the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel. No other nation. Only Jacob. Only Israel, the elect of Israel. not all of Israel. So you other camps that's pushing that all of Israel must be saved, yeah, all of Israel will be saved, but they're not going to be saved on this side. They're going to have to come back in the kingdom, you wicked Israelites. Only the ones who turn back to the true living power in truth and sincerity that the Lord has slated for salvation will make it. For it's not of works, lest any man should boast. It is the Most High's choice. Job 20:25. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Those are those missile silos, right? Where the missiles are being held. Yea, the glittering sword, that's when it's being shot off, cometh out of the gall. Those silos, terrors are upon him. You see it flying in the air. It's starting to come across over the sun. Everyone down on American soil, eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage. As in the days of Noah, not paying attention, not listening to the prophets, not repenting, are going to look up and see those missiles. And you're going to realize it's the end. Terrors are upon him. Right? And who's going to be the one shooting these missiles off? Mainly the kings of the East. Russia, China, North Korea, Iran. These are the people that are going against, these are the countries or the nations going against the EU, NATO, an American beast system. That woman riding on that, on the dragon, with that had the 7 heads and 10 horns. Yeah, that's America, EU, and the NATO nations. America being that woman. Ezekiel 38:4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth. That's speaking about Russia getting back into a militarized economy, preparing for war. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. That's them getting their military ready. Ezekiel 38:5. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all of them with shields and helmets. So they're going to join in this fight as well. Ezekiel 38:6. Gomer, those are your Khazar nations. Slovakia, give me one. Right. Gomer being Turkey, right? And all his bands. That's Turkmenistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, right? All those places. That's Gomer and all his bands, and the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Right? Persia, speaking of Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, all of them are going to join forces with Russia. Ezekiel 38:7. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Because Russia is standing up against the U.S. at this moment, right? You see what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, and how Russia is completely decimating Ukraine. And Ukraine is asking for money from America because they're allied with America. Well, it's going to come to a point where the war is going to escalate, and America and these other NATO nations are going to have to get involved in protecting Israel, because Israel is allied with America. So they're going to attack Israel, and America's going to have to come out, and the NATO nations are going to have to come out and defend Israel. That's when all these kings of the East, as I just stated, Russia, Turkey, Ethiopia, Iran, Libya, Georgia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, China, North Korea, they're all going to get involved in your World War III. The War of Armageddon is officially on. And what's going to happen when that happens? Right? Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. That's speaking about the allies of America, America's allies, right? The NATO nations. At some point, they're going to turn their back on America and Israel. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. So while you're sitting here thinking that these countries that you've allied with through your NATO alliance got your back, they've been plotting against you this entire time and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. They don't get it. So you got Donald Trump talking about these nations got to pay up for protection money if they want protection in this NATO alliance that they got going. They're not going to stand for that too much longer. Eventually, as stated in the scriptures, they're going to turn on America. And these NATO nations have nuclear weapons as well. So when the Lord pull up and start zapping people with his chariots, and these chariots are UFOs, what the world call UFOs, we call them the chariots of the Lord. When they pull up and start doing damage, then they're going to shoot these missiles off on America in the last ditch effort to get rid of this to get rid of this whore. And that's when the Lord's going to step in, save his elect, and America's done for. Jeremiah 15:14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows. Those arrows are those ICBM missiles. So every single one of them ICBM missiles that these nations have, the East and the NATO nations have, are going to shoot on America. All 5,000 square miles, all 10 FEMA zones, the complete entirety of America is going to be covered from one end to the other in nuclear fire. And the only people that's going to be left on that soil is no one. No one's going to be left. The only people saved, I should say, are the elect of the nation of Israel. You so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Only the elect. Not the entire nation, because there are 2/3 of our nation that are wicked, who love this place, who have to die along with the people on the soil, the Edomites on the soil, because they don't want to let go of Babylon the Great and the ways and the philosophies and the fornication and abominations that this place has created and pushed. So if you do not flee Babylon mentally and spiritually, you're finished. If you do not come back to the one and true living power, you are finished. And his name is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, the name of the Father. Yah, he, Hawa, to be, he exists. Yahweh Shai, Yah, he, Hawa Shai, Savior, the deliverer. He delivers, he saves. If you do not come back to this power, the name of this power, if you do not call on these names in truth and sincerity, then it's over for you. Right? 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Exactly. In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. How is that gonna happen? Those ICBM missiles. This is what these elites think that they're gonna be safe from, and some will be safe from. They're gonna be safe from this destruction. Why? So they can go right into slavery. But everyone else on the soils that don't have bunkers, well, your ass is grass. Rightfully so, for all the wickedness and abominations that this place has produced. Just look at the women. Look at the men. Men want to be women. Women want to be men. Men on men. Women on women. And people push these things. They walk in great pride. Pride Month. Look at how this country is ran. Look at how they still treat the look at how they still treat the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians till this day. To this day. And you people still think that this place is going to continue on? You're completely out of your mind. But hey, the Lord says the deceived and the deceiver are his. So if you do not get it, then the Lord has blinded you. Let me get that real quick. Job 12:16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Or whose? Yahweh. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It's simple. The Lord is in full control of everything. Because this place is completely and utterly wicked, it has to be taken out. And the Lord is going to do that. Psalm 75:7. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. Speaking of kingdoms. Speaking of rulerships. Just like every rulership up until now has been destroyed, has come to an end, this kingdom shall come to an end. The only kingdom that won't come to an end is the kingdom of heaven, that Yahweh Shai will be the ruler of, along with our king, King David, and the 144,000 governing body, who's going to go throughout the earth pushing forth righteousness, so that the earth will become Eden once more. But on that note, I'm going to give all honor, all praises, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash, giving double honors to the elders and apostles, the bishops and the leaders of Great Millstone, who I learn from daily, who teach with truth and sincerity, and the shalom to the brethren pushing this word throughout the four corners, helping to seal the elect in the latter days so that we may be delivered from Babylon the Great, aka America, Lord willing, I'm of that number, and those who believe in like manner. Shalom to the Akwaf and the Akim, listening and learning in truth and turning back to the one and true living power. May the blessing of election be upon your house, as the brother GMS Yawan, brother Yawan says. Till next time, shalom.